what is your opinion on ad-libs in a song?
Oh, they're important. They're important. I feel like they're important. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a lot of people that know me from one ad-lib that I had. You know what I'm saying? So I had a lot of people that I interact with, fans, friends, and they'll shout out that one ad-lib that they knew me for. You know what I'm saying? And you got the Migos. You know how them dudes be doing. You got Travis Scott. You see how I'm naming all them people? All of them got a different ad-lib that they got going. And it worked. Like, people notice that. You know what I'm saying?
And what you're referring to here sounds like a signature ad-lib.
In a sense, yeah.
Now, for you, care to share what that ad-lib is?
Man, I've been drinking that done, man. My mouth dry as hell. But it's like, it really like, I be like, wow. You know what I'm saying? I be like, wow. You hear me? And they fuck with it. Like, they love that bitch.
Now, when it comes to this ad-lib of yours, is there a meaning to it when you do implement that ad-lib?
Man, I got it from, what's the name of this movie? I got it from Rush Hour. You hear me? When Chris Tucker and the other dude, Jackie Chan, was in the car, and he was like, I'm finna run in the store real quick, man. You need something? And he was like, I'm gonna bring your burrito out of there. You know what I'm saying? Jackie Chan was trying to find a little girl. Man, shake on it. And when Jackie Chan stuck his hand out, Chris Tucker put the handcuff on him and was like, wow. You hear me? That bitch was funny. It stuck to my head. You hear me? So I used it. And like I say, people gravitated to it because that was something familiar to them, you know?
But when you implement that, is there a meaning to it?
I mean, it's just something that caught my attention. It's just something that, you know what I'm saying, something that I like, something that made me laugh, you know what I'm saying, something that entertained me. And when I rap and when I do music, you know what I'm saying, a lot of niggas come up to me like on some gangster shit, like, wow, you know what I'm saying, like really feel like it's just something specific. Everybody that ain't pay attention to that movie, but that's where my ad-lib come from, like one of my main ad-libs. Then I'll be like, Cain. You know, I say my name. A lot of niggas used to think I was saying gang. When niggas see me, they be like, what up, gang? What up, gang? I'm like, man, I ain't with none of that gang. We don't do no fucking gangs where I'm from. But a lot of niggas thought I was saying gang because how I said Cain, you feel me? Yeah.
And for those in the audience getting to know you for the very first time, care to share where it is you in fact are from?
I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Now, when it came to this signature ad-lib that you were inspired by from the movie Rush Hour, were you the first recording artist to do this ad-lib?
Yeah, I was the first one. I ain't never heard it. I never heard it done. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never heard nobody say, wow. I never heard nobody say that in them. I stamped that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? I put that motherfucker down in every song I ever recorded. So, yeah, I stamped it. I never heard it.
And do you recall the first song you implemented this ad-lib on?
Nah, I don't remember. I could try to think, but I've been making music for a little minute now, so, you know what I'm saying? I done made a motherfucking 1,000 songs, you know what I'm saying? So I can't really remember what it was.
And even though you were the first to do this ad-lib, have you heard other recording artists copy or steal this ad-lib of yours?
Nah, I never heard it. I ain't never heard it.
And when it comes to your music catalog, let's zoom out for a second.
Yeah.
If there was a circle chart of 100% out of these 1,000 songs you just described, what's the percentage of the songs you've created have ad-libs versus no ad-libs?
It's very few that I didn't do no ad-libs to. Like, down to every song I ever did, I did ad-libs to. Because I be, like, feeling my shit, you know what I'm saying? You know, like, I don't know, you ain't rap, but, you know, niggas that do music and shit, like, we go back and hear it, you know what I'm saying? And we go back and listen to it. And, you know what I'm saying? We don't realize what we said after we said it sometimes. Sometimes we say something and be, like, shocked that, you know, like, damn, nigga, that shit was fire. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me go back and say something behind that. And that's how ad-lib come about, you know what I'm saying?
Now, when it comes to collaborating with other recording artists, have you added your ad-libs to another artist's verse on the same song?
Man, I don't know. Don't make me lie. Because I never did no music where I go behind the artist's verse, you know what I'm saying? I don't recall doing no shit like that, you know what I'm saying? I never did, like if we do a chorus, yeah, probably on a chorus or something. Yeah, I have. Like on a chorus or something, I might put my ad-lib, my signature ad-lib. I do that ad-lib, I might come say anything, you know what I'm saying? I might say whatever pop in my brain right then when you ad-libbing because it's just hyping your song up. It's just hyping your lyrics up that you putting on there. So I might have got behind somebody and couldn't think of nothing but my signature ad-lib and just hit that motherfucker right then and there. And it sound good to me.
But never specifically on a features verse.
Never specifically. I ain't never said I'm finna get in here and I'm finna put this behind that. Hell no, that shit just come natural, man.
Have you ever been asked?
I think I have one time before. I think I have heard somebody say, man, you gotta put that Y on there. I have. I don't think I know I have. I know somebody that came and said, man, you gotta put that Y on there. You know, niggas paying for features and shit. Nigga want that everything you do to make, whatever you did to make me listen to your music, I want motherfuckers to listen to my music when you get on this bitch. So of course a nigga done asked for that signature. For sure.
And can't recall if you've done that or not.
Nah, I'm telling you for sure.
Okay, so you have.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. Now, what are your thoughts on a song with another artist's ad-libs, but no hook or verse from them on that song?
What, just a beat with ad-libs?
No. Let me give you a direct example of what we're talking about here. Kanye West has a song called Can't Tell Me Nothing. Yeah. Jeezy ad-libs, but no hook or verse from Jeezy on that song.
I mean, I don't know how they did it. Jeezy could have went in there with him and hyped this shit up. Like, I done did a song where it had a nigga in the studio and he was like in the background. I could see him through the booth and and I'm like, man, come put this on here. You know what I'm saying? So ain't no telling how. I don't know them dudes' situation, and I don't know how them dudes, you know what I'm saying, affiliated with each other. But it's 9 times out of 10 they probably could have been in the studio and Jeezy, you know what I'm saying, said something and Kanye like, man, put that on there. Or Kanye could have went sample dude shit. You know what I'm saying? Kanye could have went, because you know when niggas put out service packs, they put out their acapellas, the beat, and you know, all that there and up. And Kanye probably could have got a hold of one of his service packs and added them ad-libs in itself. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never pay attention to that nigga weird. I ain't never really pay attention to his shit like that for real.
Well, that's just one example. There are several others out there, and I can give you them if you'd like, but just curious on what your opinion is of songs with an artist's ad-libs but no hook or verse from them.
So I'm from Baton Rouge, and my little BG name, well, that he ain't no BG, he a man. But Wop Beezy, you know what I'm saying? His name Wop Beezy. He got it popping out there in the city with music. And I done hit him up most recently and told him, hey, let's do a song together or whatever. And if we do the song, I'm gonna tell that nigga what you just asked me. Hey, put them ad-libs you be doing behind that chorus for me. So that's why I just gave you the example of I just you know what I'm saying, made the comparison that Jeezy could have been in there with dude. And, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I need your ad-libs on this bitch. You know what I'm saying? With just his ad-libs. Me and Wabizi, we gonna do a whole song together, you feel me? But for sure, I want his ad-libs throughout the chorus, or even if, like you say, behind some of my shit to hype my shit up, because his ad-libs tight, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's possible.
Now, have you been asked just for your ad-libs on a song by others?
I don't recall, brother. I don't, for real.
Just curious there.
Yeah.
Now, asked you a variety of questions here about the subject of ad-libs. Is there anything else you want to mention about ad-libs, or a question you were not asked? People want to know just about that.
Man, I don't give a fuck about no ad-libs. Nah, but look, on some gangster shit, though, it make a song. An ad-lib, I done heard music without ad-libs. And I done heard music, but it's rarely I hear music without ad-libs. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I go in there and say, how could I? Because some niggas don't speak fluent enough for you to hear the last word of that bar. And they clash it with an ad-lib. You feel me? So sometimes I'll be in the studio like, I ain't gonna put no, like, nigga, when I be recording and mixing this shit, I cut an ad-lib off. I thought the ad-lib was tight, but it clashed with my last word because of the way I talk. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's neither here nor there because, man, say, son, whatever make the song, you know what I'm saying? If you record that bit first track and it sound good to you, run with it. Ad-lib, no ad-libs, you know what I'm saying? For real.
Now, you did say something to the verbiage of this, paraphrasing you here during this conversation. Kanye West is weird.
Man, I ain't weird as well.
What do you mean by that?
I'm just saying I just can't relate to majority of the shit he do. But he making money out for us, so if it worked for him, it worked for him. It's just I ain't too much a fan of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't knocking homie, but I ain't no fan of that shit, man. I don't be knowing what the fuck that nigga be talking about. But hey, man, say, man, if homie come ask me for a feature, you feel me, or get on some shit, I'm gonna get on some shit. I ain't no stupid nigga, you feel me? But whatever the fuck he be talking about is just not nothing I'm gonna go pick up on, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a fan of 42 Dugg, you know what I'm saying? 42 Dugg just dropped a song or whatever. I like that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? But if Kanye drop a song, I wouldn't really know because I ain't no fan of that shit, you know what I'm saying?
What's been your favorite feature in your music career so far?
Man, me and Boosie did a song when I first came home. It's called, I don't know what that nigga named that bitch. But I ripped that bitch though, I swear to God, on everything. You ever pull it up, you heard me, they ever listen to it, I'm saying something about, he's saying something about Big Blue Hunnids. And I had just came home. That was like one of the first songs I ever did. Man, that bitch was the sickest.
And how long were you gone for prior to that feature?
3 years, 11 months.
And this was his song featuring you or your
His
song featuring
me.
Got it. And what makes that your favorite? Out of all the
Man,
features...
it was tight. And then you got to think about this. I'm from Baton Rouge. Boo a legend where we from, you feel me? Like, I always wanted to work with that nigga. When I beat that charge, that nigga jumped on my line. Like, man, that nigga posted, man. Like, that nigga will, you know what I'm saying, betting on me, you feel me? I beat them bitches, came home. That nigga pulled up to my hotel. We was in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? He hollered at me, talked, you know what I'm saying? Man, nigga had a little female come in that bitch like, man, go on eat that man up. You hear him on some G shit. You hear him like, boo a real street nigga type shit. You know what I'm saying? After that, dude brought me out to perform. And shit, I ended up flying to Atlanta. And that nigga put me in the studio with him. You know what I'm saying?
Now, how fresh out were you from behind bars when...
This was like the same week of me coming home. It was like right then and there, that nigga can't fuck with me. Like nothing, I don't know, nothing go, that dude got all my respect. Like we ain't even been talking lately, you know what I'm saying? I seen him in Houston at a pool party or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I walked on stage with him, he seen who it was, nigga hugged me, embraced me. Nothing but love, open arms. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gotta talk every day, we ain't gotta hang together or nothing, but I respect what he did do for me. You know what I'm saying? That nigga put me on one of the tightest songs I ever heard in my life.
And is that the only collaboration between you two at this point?
Nah, me and Boo done did plenty of songs after that. That nigga done got on my project, you know what I'm saying?
Now, are there any unreleased songs between you and Boosie Badazz?
I got one unreleased song in my fucking phone right now. But it's his song. He sent that bitch to me for the get on, and I sent the session back. I guess he never put it out or nothing like that.
Now, some recording artists you have collaborated with in the past have passed away as of this interview. Wanted to see if you could share with the audience any memories of those specific features, like how they came about, the recording process, so on and so forth, starting with Young Dolph, which you have...
Man, that was my dog. That bitch Dolph was a real nigga, man. That's all he knew how to be. Shit. Man, I was in Houston. I'm really on some whole other type of time, like street time. I had put the music to the side. I'm on some street time or whatever. And shit, I ended up going to a studio called Sugar Hill. So I'm in Sugar Hill or whatever. And I got them locs in my pocket. I got like 10 in this pocket, like about 15, 20 in this pocket, you know what I'm saying? So my partner, well, he was my partner at the time. I don't fuck with the nigga no more, but the nigga come tell me like, man, he old dick riding ass nigga anyway. He go, man, Dolph in there, woo, Dolph in there. I'm like, shit, I ain't bet. It's cool, but I'm not finna go get into business like that. You know what I'm saying? He probably got something going on, or I catch him when he holler at me or something like that. So I just brushed him out, because he always come and running telling me about another nigga business. So he tell me the nigga Dolph in there. I'm like, it's cool. We still standing in the parking lot. A nigga that be with Dolph come walking out the door. He like, Cain, what up, nigga? I'm like, what's up? He like, Dolph in there, you heard me? He like, man, I'm about to go get him. I'm like, shit, bet. That's the correct acknowledgement for to introduce somebody together. That's how I feel. But anyway, he go get Dolph. Dolph come back out that bitch instantly, like seconds. What up, boy? Hug me, shake my hand, embrace me. I mean, shake my hand, hug me, embrace me. I'm like, what's up, man? What you doing? He like, man, I'm passing through. I'm like, man, check this out, man. I got a song I need you on. I'm lying. I just had a beat. I ain't even had a song. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I got you here, so I'm finna try to work my move. I'm like, man, I got a song I need you on, man. He say, Cain, man, I'm charging 100 grand a verse, man. I'm like, shit, I ain't got no 100 grand for you, my nigga. He like, man, come on, man, you putting me in a bad spot. What you got? I'm like, shit, I got some peas. He like, man, I ain't fucking with that. That nigga told me some real shit too. He say, man, you gotta stay. I mean, he say you gotta choose one of the other kind. You gotta choose the music shit or you gotta full force in the street shit. Which one you gonna do? I'm like, shit, that's what it is. I say, man, I got about 10, 15, you heard me? Man, that nigga a real nigga. This is why I fuck with Dolph. I say, man, I got like 10, 15 grand. He like, man, give me what you gonna give me, man. I go in my pocket, I pull 10 racks out. I hand him the 10 racks. I'm like, shit, that for your time, man. Come on, hop on it. He like, man, can you put me in a spot, man? I say, man, look, check this out. Do this for me, man. He like, I bet. That nigga took the 10 grand I gave him, and the nigga who told me he was in there, who walked outside, he like, there you go, put that in your pocket. Come on. We walked back in the studio. Nigga gave me a sick ass verse, you heard me? Hung with me, smoked some blunts. We drunk a couple cups. We talked about this. We talked about that shit. Like a week later, that was like a week before he died. Like a week later, my little brother sent me an Instagram message like, man, your boy. I look at the message. I couldn't even believe it. I didn't want to believe it. I'm like, huh? And it's showing all that, you know how the internet twists and turn things.
Now, there are 2 songs with you and Dolph, if not mistaken here.
Yeah, I did one. Dolph was one of them niggas that, like how I say, Boo fuck with me when I first came home. He fucked with me when I first came home. He gave me a verse on the love when I first came home. I respected his call because when I first came home, that nigga had motion. Then he was in. But by that time when I bumped into him at the studio, he was, big. He was Dolph. He was big Dolph. You feel me?
So, just for chronological history, which was the first song when you had just came home that he was a part of?
It's called Running Man. We shot a video to that bitch and everything.
And then the one the week before he passed.
Man, we was supposed to shoot a video. I got the messages in my phone. I sent him a message. I'm like, shit, man, I got another 10 for you. I'll fly to wherever you at. I had seen him in an A. I was like, I'll fly to wherever you at. I got another 10, man. Let me get you let me get some footage of you and shit. I ain't get no response from that nigga. But I'm so much of a real nigga, he had just dropped some T-shirts. They was like orange and blue. He had just dropped some T-shirts. I had ordered me and my bitch one of them bitches, you heard me? He didn't respond, but I got an alert from his what you call it, like market or wherever you sell your merch and shit. I got a message from that. I bought that, you feel me? Took a picture and everything, tagged the nigga and everything to show him, nigga, I'm fucking with you. Fuck with me. I got another 10. I'ma fly to the A where you at. Woo the woo the woo. Boom, I see the Memphis shit. You know what I'm saying?
And what was the name of that song?
I'm grown.
Now, JD Youngin.
JD Youngin, yeah.
You have a song that you're a part of with him as well.
Yeah, fucking right.
Any memories on JD Youngin?
Man, keep it a stack with you, bro. Man, Lil one hit me up and asked to sign with me when I first met that nigga. You know what I'm saying? This real shit. This real gangster shit. He hit me up. We in my city on Airline. He like, man, I'm in your city, woo the woo. I get him to pull up on me on Airline. He jump out on me at the gas station. He like, man, what up? I'm from Bugaloosa. I'm such and such, doing this, doing that. I'm like, man, I ain't tripping. I see you already. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, check this out. Keep doing what you doing. I ain't even gonna get in the way of your what you got going on. I ain't gonna get in your way. Keep moving, keep hustling, because you really doing good right now. You don't really need me. Man, probably like a couple months later, like 2-3 months later, I see the nigga ice a chain, watch on and shit like that. And in my mind, in my heart, I'm like, see what I'm saying? I ain't even have to tell him. And he ain't call me and, give me no acknowledgement or nothing like that. But shit, I ain't getting that nigga way. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't really no dude like that, you know what I'm saying? Especially not none of that street shit. I ain't put myself in none of that shit or nothing like that. But like I say, he hit me on social media. We exchanged numbers. We hollered at each other a couple times. And the song really come from Ray Vicks. You know what I'm saying? Ray Vicks called me like I got a studio session. I pull up the Ray Vicks studio session. You know what I'm saying? When I pull up, Ray Vicks and JD Youngin already in the studio. Jay Lewis pull up. Sherwood and Marty pull up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just was on some trying to unite the city, all the rap niggas in the city. Well, some of the rap niggas in the city. All the niggas pull up. Shit. The niggas, the engineer, he playing a beat. And what's crazy is we ain't say we was finna do no song. He playing a beat. You know how niggas just in the studio vibing and shit. I'm freestyling, saying some tight shit. I'm in that bitch just saying some tight shit or whatever. And nigga, we end up having a whole song like an hour later. You know what I'm saying? Ray Vicks, he really was the mastermind behind it. He like, man, look, we finna shoot a video to this bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna call 30 Visuals. He called a nigga 30 Visuals. He pull up. After we do the song, like an hour later, he called 30 Visuals. He popped 30 Visuals out. He like, shit, man, we finna shoot this bitch, you know what I'm saying? Bam, I end up getting a little scene. I push out. Shit, about like a week or two later after that, I'm not verbatim, not specific times. I don't know. I'm just giving you like a little insight. Like a little while later, I end up seeing a video on YouTube, you feel me? And shit, that bitch just got buku views on that bitch. And this was around the time J.D. Younger was on the come up. This was after I kind of like said, no, don't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get in your business and shit, you know what I'm saying? That's why he like growing them, steady seeing them, and you know what I'm saying? And they was quick to jump on them young niggas, so I'm steady saying, like, homie, on this platform, say cheese, this other platform, this, that, and I'm like, shit, he going up, you feel me?
And care to share the title of that song?
I don't even remember that bitch.
All the Smoke?
All the Smoke, that's what it was, yeah.
And was that the only song of you and Jay?
That was the only one. Yeah, that was the only one.
And any regret on not being a part of J.D. Youngin's situation?
No, nigga, that shit was already in the stone. That was his, you know what I'm saying, story. That shit played out how it played out. That was his story, shit. Like I say, it was meant for me to tell him no. I probably would have halted dude shit, you know what I'm saying? I probably would have held him up. Know what I'm saying? At the time, because I'm getting money. Know what I'm saying? But shit, I'm stingy as a motherfucker. Like, it's me. I'm balling out. You feel me?
And another person that passed away in your life that you've had the collaboration with here as well is Trouble.
My nigga. Real nigga. I don't even really, that's it. Just real nigga. That nigga just was real, authentic, genuine nigga. You feel me? I got a few stories with him. I booked him in my city. I bought the nigga plane ticket, gave the nigga like 5 racks, come to my city. I booked him, and I paid for the venue. You know, so I get the dope. I paid for the venue, booked him on the show. Man, that nigga rocked my shit out. But it is what the relationship me and him had, you know what I'm saying? There wasn't no social media relationship or nothing like that. It was just every time I hollered at that nigga, he ain't say no bitch ass shit. You know what I'm saying? So Trouble was one of them ones, you know what I'm saying?
And how many songs did you get to collaborate with him back in the day?
Man, Trouble did like maybe 4 songs, 3 or 4 songs. Two I put out on 2 projects I had. And one I just probably like, you know what I'm saying, uploaded to YouTube and all the streaming platforms. And one I probably got like in my email or something I ain't never get to release. But he like Boo. He like Boo and Dolph. Them niggas like was authentic to me.
Why did that one song never saw the light of day?
Man, it just was probably time. The nigga probably was ripping and running. It probably wasn't a priority, you know what I'm saying?
Do you foresee yourself ever putting that song out?
Man, if opportunity presents itself, I don't know how his situation set up. I don't know who control his music, you know what I'm saying? I hate for to put it up and they take it down, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, and I don't even know. I'm saying that, but I don't know. I got a million. My email full of emails. You know what I'm saying? So I have to go find that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
And care to share the titles of any of these collaborations that did see the light of day?
You know the titles of them?
I know one of them. I don't know the other 2. Trust Issues is the one I know.
Trust Issues. I put that on one of my albums. I put that on one. I don't remember the names. I just remember I remember the, you know what I'm saying, the times. Like, you know, I don't remember the names, but I remember the times. And like I say, dude was a real nigga. Like, I ain't got nothing bad to say about him. I don't know if another nigga do, but me, Cain, right here in your motherfucking room, that nigga was real. Like, that's all he knew how to be.
And understandably, okay that you don't know the names of these songs, because in a previous portion of questions, you mentioned you've got thousands of songs. So
Right.
for those in the audience that are familiar with the other two and can help either of us out here, drop a comment below this video with
Yeah,
the
tell us
title
what
to
it
the
is.
other two songs with Mista Cain in Trouble. But a few more have passed along the way that want to get your memories here if you have any. Doe B.
Doe B. See the Doe B situation. I never met the nigga Doe B. You heard me? That shit came about when I come home too. That's another thing. When I get out of jail too, I'm in the studio and it's my little partner. His name Dylan Cage. He in the studio and they messing with a nigga who are supposed to be putting money behind him. You know what I'm saying? You know how niggas have investors and shit. He's supposed to be putting money behind him, but he bullshit. He's another bitch ass nigga too. So anyway, he called himself putting money behind Dylan them at the time. And I guess he wasn't really doing what he was doing. And I had the situation with Empire, you know what I'm saying? And I'm working and doing what I'm doing. And I got that motion. So we came to an agreement. Well, hold on, before we get to the agreement, I go in their studio session and he playing a song. I'm like, man, that nigga ripping that bitch, who that is? But I'm in jail at the time when Doe B get killed. You feel me? Like I'm locked up when Doe B died. I hear the nigga rapping on that bitch. I'm like, oh, that nigga running that bitch. And he tell me the backstory behind him getting killed and shit like that. So I'm telling my people like, man, look, I won't get that bitch. How we get that bitch? You know what I'm saying? He like, shit, man, we can get that. You can have that bitch, but just let me put a feature on it. You know what I'm saying? You can get all the rights if you can contact his people and get the paperwork, this and that. You can have that motherfucker. Just let me get a feature on it. So my partner like, that's what you want to do? My investor, the nigga that's part of my situation. He like, that's what you want to do? I'm like, shit, yeah, man, that nigga ripping that bitch. The only thing I want to do is change the beat. I get my producer in there. He come in there and put a raw ass beat behind that motherfucker. Dude, ripping that bitch. He put a beat behind it. Shit. Nigga, that bitch was like gravy, nigga. I jumped on that motherfucker. I let dude jump on that motherfucker. We contacted the folks, got the right paperwork, put that motherfucker out. But I never met dude personally.
Care to share the title to that song if you recall?
Is it Plenty Money?
Speak Money.
Speak Money, yeah. That bitch was hard.
Youngin.
Gangster, real gangster. Straight up out of nowhere. We call it New Orleans, but everybody be like, no, you let one G'd up. I'm talking about his business anyway. That shit he doing on social media, he like that real life firsthand. You know what I'm saying? He just was a youngin'. He was a youngin'. He was, however you see a young nigga, like, you know, our young nigga active, he was one of them. That's him. That's who he was and shit. Me working with homie was crazy. Let me stop. Let me say this. Man, see how you sitting there naming it? Man, I done watched a lot of people meet their demise dealing with this rap shit. You know what I'm saying? I done been in there with a lot of legends. I know you gotta, even if you got more people on the list, you know what I'm saying? But I want to speak about two niggas, bruh, that was really supposed to be the biggest ever. I don't know if you familiar with them, but it's one of them named Lil Snoop and the other one named D-Jack. Man, it was the coldest rap niggas I ever met. You feel me? Both of them met their demise. They both from the same hood. They both from Jonesboro, Louisiana. And it's crazy that I watch all these niggas pass by me and I'm still out here. And you might have some niggas because I don't move like them or I ain't loud or I ain't this or, man, that nigga pussy, that nigga this and this. I'm a real gangster. Like, I'm one of them real ones. Like, I done watch the realest niggas, you know what I'm saying, meet they demise because of how they move, and I choose to not move like that, you know what I'm saying? So, it was an honor to work with any nigga you mentioned rapping with them niggas that done passed, you feel me? Because I'm on there with him. If he a bitch-ass nigga and I ain't fucking with it and he dead, I have nothing to say about him. But if you see me on a track list with them niggas or any type of affiliation with them niggas that shows history, man, them was real niggas. And for sure, the two realest ones I ever dealt with was D-Jack and Lil Snoop.
And do you recall the song titles you have with either of these?
I don't even remember them. I don't even remember the songs, but at the end of the day, them was some good little niggas, man. You heard me?
Do you know how many songs with Little Snoop you had?
Probably like 2, maybe 3. You know what I'm saying? I know for sure me, him, and Gates did one. I don't know what the fuck Gates had going on, but I guess, you know what I'm saying, me and Gates was locked in at the time, you know what I'm saying? So I know for a fact when I went to jail, the song with me, him and Gates. But like I say, I don't know what Gates had going on. I don't know if Lil Homie ended up getting on it because I ended up leaving out the studio because we thugging at the time. I'm thugging. So I know the song with me and Gates. I remember hearing that. I remember hearing that when I got out of jail. But I know that night we was in the studio, me, him, and Gates did a song. You feel me? And then another night we was in the studio before I ended up going to jail. We ended up doing a song. I don't recall what the names of them bitches is though.
I don't have the song titles with you and Little Snoop, but again, those in the audience that are aware of these song titles that can help either one of us out, please jot that in the comments below this video. The songs with D Jackson that I do have on hand, Minaj,
Yeah.
War Ready,
Yeah, my nigga, man.
Up and Up.
Yeah, man.
Those are the three I know for sure, unless there were others.
Nah, we done did a lot of stuff. That was my nigga. That was my right hand man. I done seen him for sure 100 ball with Buddy. Like, we was on some whole other shit other than music shit. Like, we got money together. Like, we conquered the whole territory. Man, that nigga took over that motherfucker. Know what I'm saying? He met his demise. His killer met his demise. And shit, that's what it was.
So there are more than 3 songs with you two?
we got a bunch of shit. I might put that nigga on one of my up and coming projects. I got some vocals from him. Put it on one of my up and coming projects and let his kids eat out for it.
And again, those in the audience that know the other names of the songs, jot that in the comments below this video. Okay, did you want to wrap anything up with Youngin? Because you had cut yourself off talking about D Jackson.
He just was a real G. I just had to say D Jack name, so I ain't got nothing to say about too much to say about BTY Youngin. Like our encounter was briefly, but his energy was real.
And just one song with you and him?
Just one song.
Called Loyalty.
Yeah.
And the last name that I have on this list is Bambino Gold.
I forgot Bambino. Yeah. Man, I was fucking with Bambino. Bambino had a lot of shit going on, you know what I'm saying? I really rather not speak on that shit because I don't know what was going on with that nigga.
But 2 songs that I have here that you've done, is there any other than those 2?
I'd rather not speak on what Homie had going on. Homie had some shit going on. I ain't had nothing to do with that.
Got it. Now, am I forgetting any others that you've collaborated that have passed away aside from this list?
You just reminded me about them niggas. You know what I'm saying? I forgot a couple of them niggas were dead.
Okay, and just want to ask you one more thing. When it comes to you and Dolph, I had 2 songs here that you've done. I wasn't aware of I'm Grown. I had Running Man, and I also had Run Dem Band's remix.
Oh, yeah?
So is it just those 3 songs of you and him together?
Yeah, that's the 3 songs, yeah.
And I'm Grown is out as well?
Yeah, that's out.
Okay. Nothing unreleased between you two?
Nah, man, that I'm Grown was the last song. That was the last song we did. That was like I say, that was like a week or something before that nigga died.
Any unreleased of you and Little Snoop?
Nah.
Okay. Okay, now, these were features or collaborations that you've had with people that have passed away, but let's talk about the future now. That was the past. Is there anybody you personally want to collaborate with at this point in your career that you have not had the chance to? Is there someone at the top of your wish list?
Nah, I ain't got no wish list, but it's a lot. I want to work with that bitch, No Cap. Man, No Cap be exchanging messages through the DM. That nigga fake like I ain't gonna say fake. That don't sound too solid. That nigga he rest out like hit back like let's do one. He hit me. Shit, that nigga ain't never hit me back. Then he hit me again. Man, I want to work with that bitch No Cap. You hear me? Tap in, nigga. I'm on a DJ Smallz interview. I done wrote you in the DM. You done wrote me in the DM. So I ain't just on your trail. You on my trail. You just posted me on Instagram the other day. You know what's happening, bitch. I fuck with you. You a solid little nigga. Your music good. I want to work with you. No Cap. Let me see. I want to work with Future. You know what I'm saying? I want to work with 42. 42, one of my favorite artists. I fuck with Lil One, man. Lil One like me, he a lit nigga, but that bitch a giant, you feel me? 42 for sure. You know what I'm saying? Uh, shit. That's really the few I want to work with. Like, that's who I want to fuck with. Ain't no wish list or nothing, but I want to work with them niggas though.
And you mentioned DM here. Is that alluding to the social media platform Instagram?
Yeah, on Instagram. We wrote each other on Instagram.
And for those in the audience getting to know you for the very first time, care to share your screen name on IG?
Mista Cain on Instagram. MistaCain. Mista Cain. Y'all seen me on that bitch. Don't act like y'all don't see me on that bitch. Y'all know I be on that bitch, man. You hear me?
Okay, now let's talk about the present.
Yeah.
At this point in your life, what is the biggest misconception of you?
Man, I don't know. To who?
To the world, what's a wrong or inaccurate idea people may have about you?
Man, I don't give a fuck. Like, that's the God honest truth. That's the real answer. Like, I can't tell you what nobody feel or what nobody think. I don't pay attention to no shit like that. Like, I don't care to be judged, man. I'm a real street nigga, man. Man, I done been shot, stabbed, dead time, half from cheap liquor. You hear me? Man, I don't give a fuck what a nigga think about me.
This mentality, this IDGAF attitude, was this something you've always been like or something you grew into?
I always been like this. I always been like this because, man, I watch people, you know what I'm saying, come from nothing. I watch people come from nothing and get something, or lit something, you know what I'm saying, and just act like they're on top of the world, you know what I'm saying? But, man, you know how that go to the believers, you know, everybody, I mean, whatever you believe in, God, Buddha, whoever the fuck you believe in, man, that shit can all come crumbling down, you feel me? So when I get it, I'm humble, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, I take losses. We all take losses, you know what I'm saying? But I'm the same way when I win and when I lose. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna let nothing change I stand on values and morals. I'm not finna let nothing change that. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't sitting here judging nobody. So why would I care about if somebody judging me? That's why I say I don't give a fuck. And I always been like that, you know what I'm saying? I'm the type of nigga that if a fight or something break out like that, I'm not finna go in the crowd. I'm not finna go look at that shit and film that shit. I don't care who won. You feel me? That ain't my business. Now, me and a nigga got a problem or me and a nigga doing it, you know what I'm saying, between us, yeah, I'm going to try my best to win that motherfucker, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? And I ain't trying to buck the shit after that like it is what it is unless we going to go another one. Yeah, right here, right there. We going to do it again, right there. But other than that, I'm not trying to go run to the hood and say, oh, I did this and I did that and I did, man, fuck all that, nigga. I ain't gaining nothing off of that. Me and my heart and my chest, I know I put them paws on you, nigga. You fuck you mean, nigga? I ain't here to judge nobody, niggas. No fucking judge, man.
Now, what about religion?
Yeah.
Do you follow religion by any chance?
Nah. I mean, I believe, you know what I'm saying? I be talking what's in my heart, you know what I'm saying, what's in my mind, but I ain't no Muslim. I think I'm a Christian or some shit. I don't know. But I'm saying I don't be suit and tie, go to church and all that. I just believe that it's a higher power.
When it comes to Christianity, was that how you were raised or something you chose on your own?
Man, all this shit was showed to me. You hear me? All this shit was put in front of me, man. You hear me? It's on me to accept whatever I accept. That's just how I'm built. Like, everything was put in front of me. You feel me? It's on me to accept what I accept. You feel me? That's just how I'm built.
When it came to Christianity, who was that in your life that put that in front of you? Was that mother's side, father's side, both?
Man, I don't know. I don't know for real. Like, I don't know. Like, it just was over the time coming up, this and that, this and that, this and that. I ain't grew up in no church house. I grew up in a crack house. Bando, you hear me? Like, real talk, you know what I'm saying? But that still ain't make me. I had cousins and homeboys and shit that was dope boys that wanted me to be they protege, you know what I'm saying? But it's about what I accept. What was set in front of me, that don't mean I accept everything that was set in front of me, you know what I'm saying? It just was set in front of me. So, like, with the religion, it was set in front of me, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying I didn't accept it. I ain't saying I did accept it. It was set in front of me, so I know it from it being set in front of me. I don't know who did it. I don't remember who did it, but they did it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, now that phrase bando, let's sidestep for a second here. There are some that are in this audience that have heard that phrase before, heard the depiction in music, seen the depiction in music videos, movies, television, things of that nature, but have never experienced that.
That's a regular ass house.
Didn't know if you wanted to dive deeper on what that was really like.
That's a regular ass house. That's what it is, man. It's a regular ass house. I can't tell you what a nigga doing out there, bitch. Nigga might be selling fish plates out that bitch. Nigga might be doing hair out that bitch. Nigga might be cutting hair out that bitch. Or a nigga might be trapping out that bitch. You know what I'm saying? But that's a regular ass house.
Craziest rumor you heard about yourself?
Man, I heard a lot of shit. I don't know. Shit, as long as I ain't never hear I was a rat. I don't know. I done heard some shit like, man, I done heard, man, my bitch last boyfriend told her I was sick. She shouldn't be fucking with me, but that's some crazy shit. He was like, man, you fucking with that nigga, man, that's what you gonna do. Man, that nigga sick, man, you don't need to go fuck with that nigga. I'm like, huh? Fuck that come from? Oh, no.
And is that something you publicly addressed, or is this the first time?
It's my first time saying that. He was still trying to fuck. After I fucked, he was begging for her to come back.
And sick, that's like alluding to a STD or something of that nature.
Shit like that, but, man, I done heard all kind of shit about myself.
And you're denying that?
Man, what you think? Yeah, nigga, I'm healthy, nigga. I'm healthy as an ox, nigga.
Just stating for the record.
Man, the last time I was here, I was this big. Look at me, man. I got my weight up, man. I ain't lit Cain no more. I'm Big Cain, man. Yeah, man. I ain't. What you say? Am I what? Publicly what?
Oh, publicly addressing this for the first time.
Now you asked me what the craziest rumor was.
Yes.
A nigga told my bitch ex nigga told her, why you fucking with that nigga? I heard he was sick. And he doubled back and still try to fuck with her, begging her to come back. So that contradicts itself all the way around the board, because why would you continue to try to fuck with this bitch? And, well, excuse my friends, but why would you continue to try to fuck with her? And you heard I'm sick and I'm fucking her, but that'll get you sick, wouldn't it? Stupid ass nigga.
Now, what is your policy on rumors? You mentioned previously, before you addressed this particular rumor, that you've heard a lot of rumors about you, except for a rat rumor. Yeah. But what is your policy, generally speaking? How do you deal with rumors?
Man, I brush that shit off. I don't let that shit get to me. Like, man, I'm telling you, man, I carry my own weight. I think for myself, man. Nothing nobody say bother me. You know what I'm saying? As long as you don't put your hands in, fuck, you know how niggas say you don't put your hands on me? Don't put your hands in front of me. Don't raise your hands to my face.
And asking you here because there are some that have the opposite policy when it comes to rumors. Any rumor they hear, they publicly address. That's
probably why a lot of motherfuckers be getting, you know what I'm saying? It's really clickbait to me. You know what I'm saying? When a lot of people be responding to certain shit, like on social media and shit like that, people entertain that and feed that. I'm the type of nigga, like, I don't even do that shit. That just ain't me. I would love to have more of an internet presence, but I just can't do that shit. Like, that shit just don't do nothing but make it worse. You got people, so bam, niggas say this, like, if I would've publicly addressed that long time ago, now it's getting out about me saying the shit what the nigga said to my bitch. But if I'd have publicly addressed that, you got believers and non-believers. You got people that's gonna entertain that and that rumor or go, you know what I'm saying? They got people that take a rumor and go tell it like it's the truth, or tell it like they know it, you know what I'm saying? And be like, yeah, man, Cain sick. Yeah, such and such a rat. Yeah, such and such doing this, such and such doing that. When you argue the fact. Arguing the fact, that shit don't do nothing but just carry that rumor longer and longer and longer and longer. You shut that shit down at the door. That's what real niggas do. You shut that shit at the door. Man, I'm not finna argue with you about no shit like that, nigga. You got me fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, it is what it is. Feel how you want to feel. I'm still fucking your bitch. This is my bitch now. Like, this is my bitch. No matter what you said about me, this bitch still here, homie. Like, it ain't even about us getting into it about no female. It's about you. The tactic you use to try to stop this bitch from fucking with me. You lied on me. You know what I'm saying? And now about all of the fact, now her antenna should go up in the air. You know what I'm saying? Huh? Oh, he arguing with it? Oh, something might not be right. But nah, nigga, stop that at the door, nigga. Nigga, man, get your pussy ass on my face, that shit, nigga. This is my business now. Come here. Let me have that.
And that policy on rumors where you sweep it under the rug, let people talk, is that something you've always been like or something you grew into?
Yeah, that's why you don't see me in a lot of shit. Cause a lot of that shit that motherfuckers be on the internet arguing about it don't be true. That's why they be arguing about it. But I'm not argumentative. I don't really know how to argue. I ain't gonna argue with you. I'm ignorant. I'm from Baton Rouge, man. I'm gonna punch in your shit. You can beat me up or whatever. I'm still gonna punch in your shit. I got off first. That's how I'm gonna think. I'm so, and look, I'm small. I'm a open hand, palm your ass. You can win the fight, but I slapped you for lying on me. Simple as that. I just bat you in your face with 5 of my fingers open. I ain't balled it up. You ain't got no bruise in that. I put my hand in your mom. Come here. You lying. That's it. We're going to leave it at that. I'm not finna even argue with you.
Now, is there a question you receive you dislike getting asked? Something you can't stand to answer, perhaps. Maybe it's a repetitive question. Something you receive.
Yeah, I be having like a lot of my fans be like, we want that old Cain. The fuck is that old Cain? What is that old Cain? You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as music-wise, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't want the old me when I was active in the streets, like really active like that. Man, I done made me a little money, bro. I done found me a safe place, you feel me? In my headspace, you feel me? And I'm good where I'm at, you know what I'm saying? I can still entertain y'all and make music. If y'all don't like it, fuck it. Suck my dick. But I'm not that old Cain. I can never go be back what I used to be. That shit dead, man. You niggas wasn't helping me pay no lawyer fees. You niggas wasn't writing me no letters. You niggas wasn't sending me no pictures. You niggas wasn't answering the phone. Man, fuck you, nigga. What you mean, old Cain? Rap like old Cain. Nigga, I think I'm rapping like the Cain. I think I'm rapping like the nigga I know how to rap like. I ain't talking about no shit I ain't got or ain't no shit I ain't done done. I'm a realist. I rap about real shit. That's what I hate when people say, we want that old Cain. Suck my dick. You can go buy that bitch out iTunes. It's still available right now.
Now, speaking on the subject of music, and particularly other recording artists, what's the current status with you and Scotty Cain?
Nothing. I don't even want to talk about that nigga. I don't want to talk about that nigga. I ain't got nothing to say about him. I don't want to talk about that nigga. I don't want to talk about that nigga, man.
What's the current status with you and Youngboy?
I never met that homie. I don't know buddy. I swear to God. I only know him for what him and that boy you just said had going on. You know what I'm saying? I think we might have had like a, you know what I'm saying, a message through social media. Like when I first got out of jail, he wanted to do a song with me. I don't know how that went. I don't know where that went. I told the nigga a fee. Yeah, I guess he ain't want to pay that bitch. Next thing you know, that bitch was through the roof. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't never had no misunderstanding or we ain't never had no relationship or nothing like that to even talk about him.
Can you explain to the audience everything they need to know about Almost Famous?
Yeah, check this out. Almost Famous really based off 2 of my little partners that I was doing music with in the past. Both of them lost their life dealing with the music shit, partially the streets. And they had a project called Almost Famous. You know what I'm saying? One and Gus. Everybody that know me know what sound, know I'm associated with them. They don't know the backstory. I ain't here to tell it. But they had a project called Almost Famous. And when I got with the company that I'm with now, you know what I'm saying, we came to an agreement or whatever. And my manager that I have now asked me what I was going to name the project. I'm like, shit, I don't know. We got like to the end of it, like to put that motherfucker out. And she was like, what you gonna name that bitch? And nigga, I was going through my pictures, you hear me? I seen they cover, you feel me? I seen like an old picture with the Almost Famous shit. I text her back, I'm like, shit, I'm gonna name that bitch Almost Famous, you know what I'm saying? I don't even think I told her this shit. But I told her I'm gonna name it Almost Famous, you know what I'm saying? And that's what we did. We worked hard, mixed, master, and got with the producers. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple features on there. Vintage Ripper, Kayla G, she from Houston, Texas, fine ass. That's got it, baby mama, fine ass bitch. That's that boy, baby mama. And BG on that motherfucker, you feel me? BG from the Hot Boys. You know what I'm saying? I flew to Vegas, me and that nigga did a video and shit. I fuck with that nigga, he embraced me with open arms, number love. And shit, I wrapped that motherfucker up, gave him a title, shot it out, pressed it. Shit, we put that bitch out, nigga. I feel like that bitch hard. One of my hardest projects I ever did.
And care to share the name of the company you're referring to?
Connect Music Group. Yeah, they handle their business. They stand on business. I fuck with them.
Now, do you consider this body of work an album or a mixtape?
I consider that bitch an album.
And why that route for this project? Because there are some that go the mixtape route or maybe something shorter like an EP, for example.
So look, man, I've been doing music for a long time, you know what I'm saying? A lot of my music ain't even really mixed and mastered the right way. You know what I'm saying? I done went to this studio, that studio, this studio, that studio, and put that shit on the CD, well, put that shit on streaming platforms with the best sound I can get. But with this one right here, they went all the right way about doing this shit, you know what I'm saying? I had the track outs, I had T5 made the music behind the mixing and mastering. He did the best job I ever done. My shit sound like the majors, you feel me? The production, they tracked those beats out. I got major production by Say Duke, he from Baton Rouge, you know what I'm saying? T5, he from Ohio. I want to say Ohio. My bad if I got that wrong, but like I say, the production, the quality, from the artwork, from me being here with you know what I'm saying, doing interviews. I done been to some major places doing interviews and, you know what I'm saying, some shit to put my shit out there, like, they doing this bitch the right way, like, the real way, and how you put a project out. So that's why I feel like this bitch an album. And like I said, it's one of the best sounding projects I ever did. Mm-hmm.
Now, for those in the audience who are not familiar, is there a difference between an album and mixtape in 2024?
Nah, it ain't. It ain't really, because it's a misconceived notion. And I say that to say, you got motherfuckers that put out an album and call it a mixtape. And in actuality, mixtapes come from, like, mixtures of different type of music, like other folks' beats, you know what I'm saying? Like freestyles, you know what I'm saying? Just excuse me. Mixtapes come from other people beats, you know what I'm saying? That's what I thought a mixtape was from me coming up in the music industry or whatever. I've been here for a little while. I've been 10 years. Mixtapes is a quick put together project, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you might have somebody shit on that's not yours that you can't that you can't get money out for, you know what I'm saying? But the way you streaming shit set up now, man, nigga call it a mixtape, but you getting paid off this bitch. You know what I'm saying? And it's up there with the albums. What's considered an album? I consider an album because each beat on that motherfucker paid for. I paid this engineer for this A1 quality sound. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I paid for the artwork. I paid for everything that went on with this project. You know what I'm saying? Me and the company that I'm dealing with. They took care of everything. Any clearances, anything, the right way. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to be able to collect off of that motherfucker for years. We ain't going to have no producers going to pull no music down. We ain't going to have no engineers not getting their percentage. We ain't going to have nobody saying that they owe nothing. Any samples on this motherfucker paid for. We ain't going to have nobody coming down the line trying to pull no music down or nothing. We going to have this bitch there forever. know what I'm saying? That's how our album is, you know what I'm saying? Niggas still playing Michael Jackson shit. You ain't never heard him have no YouTube problems. You ain't never heard him have no motherfucking shit getting pulled down off iTunes, Spotify, none of that shit. My shit on playlists, my shit everywhere. I don't care if you're a hater. I don't care if you're a bulldagger. I don't care if you're a motherfucking punk. Man, go get my shit. You heard my shit gonna be there whenever you ready to go listen to that bitch.
Now, you've already shed some insight on the title and how you came up with the title and things of that nature.
Yeah.
But were there any scrap titles for this project? Were there any titles you were considering?
I went straight to that bitch.
Okay.
Almost famous. You hear me? And I'm popular as a motherfucker, nigga. Every city I go to, like today, you know what I'm saying? I'm in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? I'm coming out my Airbnb. Badass little bitch, like I know you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm that nigga, you feel me? I just ain't no mainstream shit, making no pop songs or nothing like that, but nigga know me, man. Nigga know me.
Do you want to be mainstream?
Man, I want to be paid.
So, as long as you're paid, mainstream or not, that's the motive for you.
Man, I want to be paid, man. I'm famous already. That almost famous. That shit really like a sarcasm. Like, I'm famous, man. I don't give a fuck, man. I'm taking pictures everywhere. My kids popular. Motherfuckers know me. Man, everybody know me, man. These niggas know me. Like, man, I done been with the best. Like, I done been around the best. Niggas know me, man. Yeah. Major artists know me. You done asked me about a few niggas that's popping, that's major, that know me. I done work with the best. I'm famous already. You know what I'm saying? That's just a slap in the face. Boom, I'm almost famous. That's how you feel.
Now, are there any unknown facts or stories in regards to this album that's never been publicly mentioned before? Could be in regards to creating it, recording it, or releasing it.
Man, nah. Just that almost famous situation I told you about, that my little partner and them had that name, and they died before they got a chance to put their project out, and I took the name and I used that bitch on mine.
So no other secrets, no Easter eggs, no hidden facts. Nobody publicly knows about this project other than yourself that you want to share.
If you ain't got that bitch, go get that bitch.
Now, what's your favorite song on this album?
The song featuring me and Ripper. Damn, I said what that bitch called. The song featuring me and Ripper. Switch. That nigga got a switch, he's gonna slang that on. He want one so bad. Put something on your ass. Do you down bad. Whoa. And the dog say don't kill them all, leave something for me. He say he gonna live like this for life. The way we live in trife. Mama smoke on a pipe. Mama watch God and light. Put a switch on the back of the Glock. That's kind of tight. That bitch, you gotta hear it. I'm fucking ripping shit up, but that bitch, that's why I be riding to go play that bitch when we go jump in the truck. I go play that bitch gangster. I ain't gonna lie. My cousin takes me that bitch. He say, man, I was listening to that bitch and had a flashback. I say, yeah, that's that bitch right there. And he a gangster, a real gangster.
And do you recall who produced that beat in particular?
Man, bro, don't make me lie. Don't make me lie. I don't recall, but I appreciate that nigga. That bitch hard.
And for those in the audience who do know the answer to that question and can help you out, drop a comment below this video.
Bird produced that bitch. Bird, man, appreciate you, Bird. I'm going to tap in with you. If you see, I'm going to tap in with you. Hopefully I tap in with you before you see this video. But I'm going to tap in with you. Bird, man.
And what's your favorite feature on this body of work as well?
For sure, Jizzle, man. My nigga Jizzle bless my game. I'm from Baton Rouge. He 45 minutes an hour away. That nigga raised niggas in my city, man. Nigga raised me. Fuck all that. I'm a real nigga. Man, I grew up on that nigga music. That nigga taught me the game, you hear me? Listen to his shit, that nigga shit was like a blueprint. The Hot Boys, all on Bird. Birdman, Banner Fresh, Lil Wayne, Juvie, BG, Turk, all them niggas, man. I don't know about nothing what they got going on. I don't speak on another man's business. I'm talking about the come up. We watch this shit. We live this shit. Like, we watch this whole Hot Boy movement coming up. But for sure, Jizzle is my favorite feature in my whole life.
And care to share how you obtained that?
Shit, I was on that nigga Instagram live one day, and people was writing. He was like, "Man, I'm fresh home. Who I should do a song with?" And somebody wrote my name under that bitch. But I'm just looking at his Instagram live. I don't know dude, never met dude or nothing. Like I don't even know dude know me. You hear me? And somebody wrote my name, and you know you gotta read these comments to say it can't. Ain't nobody tell him put him in his ear. Nothing. He seen it. He was familiar when he seen that name. He was like, "Man, Mista Cain, man." Man, yeah, man, I gotta fuck with that. I gotta fuck with that. I'm like, man, this nigga just said my name on his live. I'm like, man, hold up. So I went and post a song because I had did a remake to one of his beats. So I posted a song and tagged the nigga, tagged everybody, like everybody tag the nigga BG up under this bitch and tell him jump on this. I just seen him on live holler my name. What's up? That nigga ain't respond to me. But look, on some gangster shit, like the next week I end up posting like a little freestyle I'm doing in my studio. That nigga, I got a DM from that boy. That boy say, man, send me that bitch. I sent that boy that bitch. That nigga done that bitch. Later on that night, like 9 o'clock that night, I got that bitch back. That nigga sent me his number. Man, we stayed on the phone for like an hour. Like we knew each other. Me and that nigga just ran it. He say, man, when you gonna be free, man? I got this situation going on with these people. They got me on hold, but shit, nigga, when you get free, nigga, come out here to do the video, you hear me? But I ain't no convicted felon. So that's what he had holding him up, because he like, shit, I can't be around convicted felons. So I'm like, say, homie, I ain't no convicted felon. You know what I'm saying? I'm fighting a case or whatever, but I ain't no convicted felon. He like, real shit? Man, come out here. I ain't no flying to Vegas. We did a video, you feel me? We did the video, and shit, man, shit, that bitch on the press. That bitch finna be ready to go. You hear me? By the time you release this shit, they gonna know about it.
So it sounds like a totally organic experience here.
Organic experience.
Now, the live was also alluding to Instagram as well?
Yeah.
You mentioned it in a previous portion of questions, but just for those tuning into just this specific portion here, care to share your screen name on IG?
Mista Cain. Mistacain. Everybody call me Cain. Social media is Mista Cain. But when you see me, what's up, Cain?
Now, can you give the audience 5 reasons to listen to this album?
1 is authentic. 2, I ain't lying on that bitch. 3, I ain't trying to kill everybody on that bitch. 4, I'm giving you the game. And 5, I'm a real nigga, you hear me? I ain't flawed up. I ain't out here doing no sucker shit. And I ain't asking for no attention. I'm just giving y'all enough. I'm saying enough that y'all should go check that bitch out and listen to that bitch if you want to hear some real music.
Any bonus reasons?
Bitch, I can rap. Yeah, real talk. I'm spitting on that bitch, nigga.
And just want to rewind to BG once again, with just a few more questions here. You've already shared some insight on it, but want to formally ask you this question just in case you want to add on to anything you just said. And if not, that's okay. We'll move forward to the next question. But what is BG really like?
Dude, a solid nigga. Dude like he is on the posters. Dude like he is. Man, that nigga talk like you. He like when the nigga listening to this rap. But I done heard this about me. Like when somebody done got around me, they just said, "Man, you talk like you rap." Like he talk like he rap. Dude, a gangster. Like I can't say he a gangster from nothing I seen him do for streetwise, but that don't make everybody no gangster. You feel me? He a gangster because he authentic. And he the same way he is. He still being embraced the same way he is. He left and came back the same way he is.
And what's the best advice you received from him, or most important thing you learned being around him so far?
Nah, my partner had flashed out on a little female in a restaurant. And he was like, man, you a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? I got partners that just don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna hold that against you, you know what I'm saying? I like how you carry yourself, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you come out here and fuck with me, you know what I'm saying? And that's something he told me.
Any unreleased music between you two, or was that the only recording?
That's the only recording.